Watch your right side, yeah. Watch your right side. The whole command right here. For good job. One on one cat. One cat on me. Ah. Move it around. Move it around. Good. Give me a coming up here. Hitting him, I'm hitting him. Bro, hold on. I'm like stuck with this dude on glass right here. If he hits me, I'm fucking fucked, bro. And he watching me pushing up on me. Get down. We're gonna get pinched. Alright, go ahead. I'll stay here. Yeah. All these niggas down. I'm being pinched with you.
What's going on YouTube? Today I'm showcasing my Night Watcher build. This is a build that I made specifically dedicated around the Night Watcher mask to test out and see how good it operates in the dark zone. This is not a conflict build. This is specifically the dark zone build, and I will explain why. But before I get into that, for all the people that's new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. For all the people that's been supporting on the channel, make sure to like, comment as well, and give me your thoughts on this build. But before I showcase this build, let me tell y'all the specialization that I'm running. Alright, so as far as specializations, I'm using Firewall. Why I'm using the Firewall is because the Matrix Mesh Med Kit. Your armor kit recovers 200% armor and 200% health over 10 seconds. Mostly in the dark zone, I deal with a lot of people that have status effect. So mainly that's the only time I really pop that med kit. But this med kit is good for, you know, multiple situations, as far as, you know, trying to rush people and face tank, or, you know, whatever type of crazy thing you want to do. You know, that's pretty much why I use this med kit. Tactical short grip, which is what I'm using on my AR. As far as the shield, you know, I'm just using that just for, you know, certain reasons, but you know, the shield comes to play with this build too. And as far as the team talents, you can add tactical link in there, because allies get 10% damage to enemies who are within 10 meters of you. So once again, this is mainly a Night Watcher build. Specifically, it's based around survivability and having a good amount of damage from crit chance, headshot damage, and critical hit damage. Honestly, I've known about Night Watch for a long time, but I never made a build dedicated around this specific mask. So I took some time, made multiple types of builds with the Night Watcher, but I feel like with this one, something became different as far as the survivability, or just how tanky it is while using it. But that doesn't mean in the future I'm not going to make another version of this build. But for right now, this is a build that I've been using in the dark zone a lot. First off, we're starting off with the Foul SA. Now, the reason I chose the Foul is because of the base damage of the gun. I felt like when I use a different gun like the Police M4 or the FAMAS, it's nice as far as the RPM, but the damage kind of I didn't feel too comfortable with it. But on top of that, I wanted to try something different as far as ARs. So I decided to use the Foul SA because that's not a gun that I've usually been using. As far as attributes, it comes with assault rifle damage, health damage, and I rolled damage to targets out of cover, just to have that extra damage when I'm fighting against other players. As far as the talents, I'm using Insync. The reason I'm using Insync is because I have the shield with this build for distance. But along with that, I have the pulse, because every time the pulse come back, it helps out with insync as well. As far as the mods that I'm using, or the attachments I'll say, I have crit chance as the scope. I'm using the sturdy extended mag. I have the tactical short grip, which comes with firewall to get the extra 10% damage. And I have muzzle brake with 5% critical hit chance. As far as the secondary, I'm just using the Nemesis. The reason I chose the Nemesis is just to play around with players from distance. As far as the build, first we're going to start off with the Night Watcher mask, aka the Name Gila mask. I chose this for the scanner post. But one thing I like about not only Night Watcher, I mainly use it to help out in situations in the dark zone as far as making good plays. We all have those moments in the dark zone when we're fighting a lot of people, especially when you're in duos, solos, heck, even squads or trios. I made this build specifically for those situations. Core attributes comes with armor, and it has the scanner post, which gives you 100% skill haste. It lowers your cooldown, so you're able to continuously proc the scanner post non-stop, which is what I like, along with insync. As far as the damage pieces, I have 3-piece Providence, but first I'm using the gift, which is the name Vigilance piece. The reason I chose 3-piece Providence is because I wanted to have diverse in my damage as far as crit chance, crit damage, and headshot damage. I put core attribute as armor just because I wanted more survivability with this build. Core attribute is going to help boost my armor up with it. That's why I have maxed out armor on this piece. As far as the attributes, I left crit damage, crit chance, and I just added a mod slot crit damage. As far as perfect vigilance, like I said, I'm using a sniper with this build, but I also like the beam with my AR. So pretty much this is like a distance talent for me, and that's why I chose to use this, which increases total weapon damage by 25%, but taking damage disabled above for 3 seconds. The second piece, I added armor just because I wanted my armor regen to get higher than what it already is. The attributes crit damage, and I added armor regen instead of crit chance because I wanted this build to be pretty much all around. I didn't want to specifically just be focused not only on crits and headshot damage, I just wanted to have more survivability with this build. Third piece, it has maxed out weapon damage, crit chance, and armor regen. Now, after this build, or after this video, I might already have armor regen maxed out because I have another piece that has headshot damage. One thing I can say is when I show my stats, you will see something that I talk about in the future, but for right now, I'm showing what I actually have with this build, which is crit chance and armor regen as the attribute slots, with the core attribute as weapon damage. As far as the survivability pieces, I have Bellstone. Bellstone is one of my favorite to-go pieces as far as trying to get regen and just survivability, period. So once again, I have the Bellstone chest piece with 1% armor regen. Core attribute is armor, and the attributes is crit chance, crit damage, with the mod slot as crit damage as well. As far as the talent, I'm using Unbreakable. Unbreakable is just one of those talents that I really do like to use when it gives me another opportunity to take out a player. As far as the second piece, the reason I chose Murakami is because I wanted an extra 1% armor regen. As far as Murakami, the brand set comes with 20% skill duration, which is not so bad due to the fact that I'm using the pulse, so you know it serves its purpose. As far as core attribute, I decided to roll armor on it just to have more armor on this build and add more to my armor regen. As far as the attribute, I have a 1% armor regen, which already comes with the name Murakami piece, and I have crit chance as the attribute. As far as skills, you need the scanner pulse for this to work. This is mainly a dark zone build, this is not a conflict build. The reason I say that is because if you look at the stats, the conflict cooldown is 53 seconds, which I don't feel is useful in conflict, because in conflict, you know, that's just going to be a waste as far as, you know, trying to wait to get your pulse back. You know, most of y'all get the point, you know, because you're already going to be in mostly fights, so it's like there's not really a point of using this in conflict due to the skill haste. I like it for situations when I'm playing with a team and we have to make choices where we have to rush this player or if we have to push back. Pretty much it's a build that I like to use as far as making plays and being smart. So it's not really all about the damage, it's just being aware of what's going on. As far as the second skill, of course, I have the shield, the striker shield. It helps out with instinct, does its little bits of things for me. Most of the time I use it just to, take less damage. But, it's just there. You don't have to use a shield with this build. That's just my purpose of why I use the shield with this build. When it comes to the stats, my AR is at 35,050 PvP weapon damage. As far as crit chance, 56.9. Critical hit damage, I'm at 140.1%. Headshot damage, I am at 90%, which is really nice with this build, especially with the foul. You can go 100% with this build. Like I said, that holster that I have another Providence holster which has headshot damage maxed out on it, so I can swap out between either one depending if I want less armor regen or if I do not really need the 10% headshot damage. As far as armor regen, 40,876. This is the most that I like to be at as far as armor regen with a build like this. And yeah, I think this is all that I needed to show in this build. Once again, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. For all the people that's been subscribed, make sure to like, comment, tell me what y'all thoughts are on this build. And yeah, whenever y'all make it, hope y'all enjoy it. Once again, don't use this in conflict. Hope you guys have a good day. And yeah, I'll see y'all in another video. Peace.